And I asked them, and I said, should we boycott Asian shops? Is that what we should do? And then every one of them said yes. Yes. Okay. Because how are Black people supposed to mobilise if they're in our communities? It's not no Asian hating. It's about economics and why Black people can't keep their Black money within their community. So when you go to your corner shops and, you know, the food stop that they sell, right? They sell our food. They go to the corner shops. They have chicken shops lined up in our thing. It's all going back into their community. How is it coming back into ours? We have to boycott them. We don't want to, but we have to boycott them to keep it within our community. Otherwise, how are we going to progress? Right? I can't do it on my own. I need Black people to help me. And I also said as well, I said, Black people, you need to take time with Black businesses as well.
Yeah. What you need to do, it's not even about boycott the Asian shop. It's like, buy Black. That's all your message is.
No,
buy Black.
The reason why I disagree with that, sorry to cut you.
No, go on.
The reason why I disagree with that is because when you say buy Black, we still are about convenience. Until we get out of that mindset to strictly go and buy Black, you have to give Black people options. If I don't give them options, what they're going to do, they're going to fall back into the cycle. You have to get, and this is what I'm saying, like when I said boycott the Asian shops, it's because they're literally in every single community.
But as you said, give the alternatives. So you can say, the only reason I'm saying, because I think getting tied up into a culture war also isn't helpful for us, because we just look like the aggressors or something. No. I'm not saying don't call it out. I think there's a conversation that I definitely think there's a conversation that needs to be had.
And I was like, but again, there's no mutuality, because there's a dynamic again where it's the business owners versus customers, and it's business owners in the neighborhood of the customers. So that's a power dynamic. And I think something that I wish I didn't feel as cynical about is it's been so long that I feel like if these businesses wanted to do better, they could have done better by now. So I kind of at this point I support boycotts. I get called a traitor for that, because they're saying, like, you know, you're advocating for people to not support Asian American businesses. And I'm like, but if they're going to engage in predatory capitalism, and if they're you know, not going to do right by the communities that they're in, then what else do you do? Like, there's no more explaining.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a topic that has got so much attention online: why Black Americans have decided to boycott some Asian businesses. And a disclaimer, this video is for education and discussion purposes only. It's not meant to promote hate, division, or racial conflict. Now, let's break it down on what is actually happening and why people feel strongly about this.
I haven't been to an Asian beauty supply store since Stop Asian Hate. And I know what y'all about to say. Oh, it's not all Asian people, right? But in my experience, living where I live, Asian stores have been anti-Black and racist towards Black people. And that's not a what if, that's a fact. I've literally experienced that. I've experienced being followed around. I experienced being stared at and looked at weird and rushed. I've experienced those things. So I haven't been supporting Asian businesses since then. Okay, it wasn't hard for me to stop going to Target because I really didn't go anyway. But Walmart, it was kind of hard because I used to go all the time. But I stopped going to Walmart. So if I could stop going to Walmart, y'all can stop going to Walmart. What else? Yeah, that's been my way of protesting and boycotting and spending my money in places where it better serves me. And I've just been mostly buying groceries and cooking things. I've been in an Asian restaurant probably twice since that Stop Asian Hate thing. And that wasn't of my own free, what's the name? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was somebody else that wanted to go in there. So that's what I'm saying. That's my way of doing it. Y'all can respect it. Y'all can't respect it. Again, I'm not saying it's all Asian people that do these things, but from what I'm seeing, from my perspective, is a good chunk. So that's what I'm.
We need to stop treating buying Black like it's a seasonal sale. It's not a moment, it's a movement. We'll queue for Jordans, pre-order Apple drops, and repost bigger brands that don't even know our name. But we're hesitant when it comes to our own people's products. Listen, Back to Black isn't about guilt-tripping anyone. It's about shifting power. Every pound you spend is a vote. And if you're not voting Black, you're strengthening somebody else's economy whilst ours is still struggling. We say we want Black excellence, but excellence starts with support. The same way other communities protect their own businesses, we've got to make that normal, not niche. I don't want to hear that it's too expensive or that they don't have what I need. What we don't have, we build, and what we lack, we create. We can't say we want wealth in our community while spending it somewhere else. So this week, I'm challenging you. Find a black business, any type, any size, and spend with them. Tag them below and tag me. Let's flood the algorithm with our own economy. Because real change starts when we write checks we can actually cash. This is day 2 of the Back to Black boycott, and the Black Pound just clocked into work.
Black people do not need to boycott Asian stores in our neighborhoods. Now, while the relationship between the black community and the Asian communities has waxed and waned, there have been times of incredible solidarity, and there have been times of very much so not LA riots, not great time. The whole affirmative action thing was led by a white conservative man who led sort of a focus group and found particular successful Asian faces to lead this narrative that somehow affirmative action hurts Asian people. Asian people, majority, don't believe that. When you really take a moment to look at the numbers, this is from a survey asking Asian Americans how they felt about affirmative action, if they knew about it. Overall, the vast majority support it. There's a different contingent that just really doesn't know how they quite feel about it. But even the I don't know contingent of Asian Americans is vastly larger than the I do not support affirmative action contingent of Asian Americans. The only group that has more in support of it is Republican-leaning Asian Americans, which is why I specifically put conservative Asian. But looking at the statistics, 53% of Asian Americans believe it's a good thing, 27% don't know. Under 20% of Asian Americans believe that affirmative action is a bad thing, and most of them are Republicans. And even a reasonable amount of Asian Republicans believe it is a positive thing. This whole idea that Asian Americans want to get rid of affirmative action to spite the black community because they believe that the black community is taking up the slots that could be going to more Asian students is astroturfed. It's not an actual reflection of public opinion. There are political groups, and to be quite specific, it is Edward Blum of the Federalist Society who funds and organizes these specific movements. He's a strategist. His whole thing is strategizing with conservative think tanks to push forward their agendas and how to do that the most successfully. So yes, the relationship between the Asian and black communities is very complex, with a lot of solidarity, a lot of not solidarity, a lot of things happening, but this is white man nonsense. It is white man nonsense designed to create infighting so that they can do more things for white people. Don't just boycott. Asia's big. What do you even mean boycott? Do you know how many different Asians there are? Do you even know if you have a local shop that is run by someone Asian, do you even know where they are from? Them motherfuckers could be from Arizona.
Now, the relationship between black and Asian communities in America has always been complex. Many Asian immigrants opened stores in the predominantly black neighborhood, especially in the 80s and 90s, when big corporations ignored those areas. That created access to food, beauty products, and clothing. But over time, some black customers felt disrespected and mistreated inside those same stores, followed around, accused of stealing or spoken to harshly. And because there weren't many black owned alternatives, people had no choice but to keep buying there. These old wounds are now being reopened online And this time, people are saying enough. On TikTok and Twitter, you'll see videos where people are saying things about this. Others say it's not about race, it's about respect and accountability. They argue that if any business, regardless of race, mistreats customers, it deserves to be called out. But there is also pushback. Some users, both black and Asians, warn that online boycotts can spread misinformation and punish innocent store owners who have done nothing wrong. So the internet reaction is split between anger and pain and a call for peace. The movement is also about economic power. Black Americans spend over $1 trillion every year, but only a small fraction of that goes to black owned businesses. So when people call for boycotts, they're not only just angry, they're realizing how much economic influence their community and economic influence their community has. This isn't just about stopping businesses, it's about starting new ones. It's a wake up call about ownership, community investment, and self reliance. But here is where it gets tricky. Not every Asian owned business treats customers badly. Many families work long hours, serve their communities, and face racism themselves. Some even say we are struggling. Why fight each other when real issue is a bigger system keeping both groups down? That's why many people are calling for dialogue, not division. Real conversations between black and Asian business owners to fix what's broken instead of burning bridges. There are inspiring stories too. In cities like Los Angeles and Atlanta, communities leaders from both sides and hosting culture exchange events, businesses, collaboration, and shared market spaces. People are learning that when black and Asian communities work together, they can build strong economic and stand against racism, not each other. In other words, it's okay to demand respect, but it's even more powerful to build new bridges while doing it. So, at the end of the day, this isn't just about who owns that store or what store. It's about mutual respect, economic awareness, and healing old wounds. Some black Americans are boycotting to make a point, not to divide, but to demand dignity. And maybe if both communities listen instead of argue, something better can rise out of this respect, partnership, and shared growth. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more honest conversations like this. See you next time.